Hey, what's up everybody? It's no secret that this channel was built on Breath of the Wild, and I haven't talked about the Breath of the Wild 2 sequel yet, so let's talk about it. Cool. Now that we've been given a trailer for a sequel to Breath of the Wild, speculation has been running a little rampant in the Zelda community about exactly what secrets the trailer might be alluding to. There's the abundance of luminous stones littered about, indicating that they might be more important than a simple crafting resource this time around. There's the fact that Zelda got a new haircut, which has led many to believe that she might actually be a playable character for the first time in this series' history. And that would be pretty cool. And of course, there's the hand that Ganondorf is being restrained by. Yes, it's Ganondorf. No, it's not Demise. No, it is not Tingle. It's Ganondorf. Ganondorf! Now, a lot of speculation has been flying around about exactly what might be happening with that hand. It looks like some very powerful magic. Really, really powerful stuff. But is it really? You know, I don't think it is magic per se. I think it's a seal that was fashioned by the Sheikah out of the awesome technology that we saw they had in Breath of the Wild. The important thing is what it's doing and what it means for the Yiga and the Sheikah. Well, we're going to talk about all that in just a second, but the ending of Breath of the Wild clues us into several things that give us context as to what might be happening in the trailer. One of the better theories, and one that I personally subscribe to, is that it is a seal, being used to ensure that Ganondorf cannot live as he was, but can't truly die. There's a quote from Zelda during the Dark Beast Ganon fight that all but guarantees she is aware of Demise's curse from Skyward Sword. She says, "Ganon was born out of a dark past. He's a pure embodiment of the ancient evil that is reborn time and time again." I don't think it's coincidence that she says that. I think that it tells us that at least some of Hyrule's royal family were aware of the curse on Hyrule Kingdom. And along with that, they were aware that Ganon would never cease to be resurrected. If that's true, then the theory about the seal keeping Ganondorf alive in some sort of cryo undead state would help shed light on exactly what happened between the Sheikah and the Hyrule Royal Family 10,000 years ago. You see, it's briefly touched on in Breath of the Wild that the Sheikah and the Yiga were once one and the same. They were all the same people at one point. Now, the division occurred after the first calamity, about 10,000 years in the past. The Hyrule Royal Family felt unsafe with the technological advances the Sheikah had made, and we have heard this. We know that's what caused the king to banish the Sheikah, leading to the rift that created the Sheikah and the Yiga. But why exactly would the king feel so unsafe? Well, let's think about it. In the past, the hero failed to stop the calamity. The princess failed to stop the calamity. But the Sheikah, using the divine beasts and the guardians, were able to help seal the calamity away. We know this, it's part of the game. We have that explained to us in the very beginning, or near the beginning, depending on what route you take, I guess. But under the assumption that that story is true, the Sheikah really did lead the charge that finally helped seal the calamity away. And that they did just that, they sealed him in some sort of undead state, meaning that he could not resurrect again. That would mean that the Sheikah had control over the mortal enemy of Hyrule. And if you're the King of Hyrule, that has got to be a scary, scary prospect. That your people, no matter how loyal they've been in the past, your people who are supposed to be your servants, now have control over your mortal enemy, the mortal enemy of your kingdom. They can, if they choose to exercise that power, unleash it back out onto your kingdom. And especially considering that we know the hero and princess failed, it's possible that they were killed, meaning they weren't there. The King of Hyrule knows now that the hero is not there, the princess not there, and Ganondorf is still alive. He is still with them. He just doesn't have a chance to move. He has no way of exercising his power. but that ability for him to be freed lies in the hands of the Sheikah. Wouldn't you be a little scared of that prospect too? So assuming this, we actually have a very clear and very sensical outline of what happened. The calamity comes. The hero and the princess fail, possibly dying at his hands. But the Sheikah step in with their technology and find a way to defeat and seal Ganondorf away, making sure he cannot resurrect, making sure he cannot be a threat again. The king, knowing now that he has no protection from the hero and the princess, and that all of the power of Ganondorf coming back lies in the hands of the Sheikah, starts to distrust them. He starts to think maybe they will exercise that power if they don't get what they want. I mean, theoretically, they could utilize that power anytime they wanted anything from the kingdom. When they trapped Ganondorf, they sealed the living Ganondorf, creating an undead demon king. They created a prison that they had the only key to. And I think that's an amazing theory, but it finally makes sense of exactly why the king would banish the Sheikah. After that, the Sheikah were banished from the kingdom altogether. And there were some Sheikah who were still loyal, who decided to give up their technology to show and prove their loyalty to the king, swearing an oath to him and never again touching the technology that helped them overcome the Demon King. The other half, and I must say it is understandable, swore vengeance on Hyrule Kingdom and the allegiance to the mortal enemy of the royal family. That clan became the Yiga. The Yiga, who instead of using the wisdom to help the kingdom, became obsessed with power, the destruction of the hero, the princess, and the royal family. The ancient seal that the Yiga, back when they were Sheikah, used their wisdom to design, brought them nothing but exile and betrayal from the royal family who they had always been loyal to. After that wisdom led them to nothing but heartbreak and betrayal, they turned to power, aligning with Ganondorf and developing a really, really unhealthy obsession with mighty bananas. Thank you everyone for watching. If you did enjoy this theory, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a like on the video and feel free to share it with any friends who are into Zelda stuff. Like, I'm a nerd, I like Zelda, I hope you do too. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks so much.